Welcome to Haas Pavilion at the University of California, Berkeley for our live ESPN Plus coverage of the second round of the 2024 NCAA Gymnastics Regionals. Teams are competing in two separate regions today. Here in the California region, you will see right now Denver, UCLA, Arizona State, and Washington coming up at 10 Eastern on ESPN Plus. You can see California, Auburn, Stanford, and Southern Utah, who beat San Jose in round one yesterday here at Berkeley. Hi everybody, I'm Bart Connor along with my fellow Olympian Kathy Johnson-Clark. And Kathy, as we have seen many years, the regional competition is very intense for a variety of reasons, mostly because there's a lot to lose.
Exactly. This is the highest pressure meet, the regionals. Ideally, all teams would love to compete as if they have nothing to lose, but that's easier said than done because there's a lot to lose. For the two seeded teams here, Denver and UCLA, well, they're seeded for a reason. They've had great seasons up to this point. They have the highest score potential. What they need to do is not necessarily try to be perfect. They need to just make no mistakes, because it's when mistakes happen, that's when Arizona State and Washington want to take advantage of it.
That's already happened at the Michigan Regional. The host team, Michigan, did not advance to the final regional final for their competition on Saturday. But the number 6 Denver Pioneers, as you mentioned, had just an outstanding year, and they're led by Jessica Hutchinson, 4th in the NCAA in the all-around. And the other top seed in this session today will be UCLA. They're currently 9th in the country. They're ranked in the top 10 in all 4 events. They had a huge score of 198.55 at home on senior day in the middle of March. And Selena Harris, the sophomore, is 5th in the NCAA in the all-around, and she is a superstar and fun to watch. Now, a quick reminder of how the NCAA Women's Gymnastics Championship format works. Basically, it's a weekend full of activities here. 36 teams competing in 4 regionals around the country. By the end of this weekend, we'll be down just to 8 teams that will advance to Fort Worth to the national championship April 18th and 20th. In this first of 4 rotations, Denver will be on the vault. You see they're currently ranked 10th in the country on that event. Washington on bars, Arizona State on beam, and UCLA will start their party on the floor, Kathy. Excited to get this one underway because, as we mentioned, all of these seeded teams would certainly hope to advance, but there's no guarantee at the regionals considering the enormous amount of pressure.
And right now, this could be a stick fest between Denver and UCLA. Denver off on the vault with their first huge Yurchenko fold. That's a 995 start value.
Mila Brush led off the Denver Pioneers there. It's a good event for them. Top 10 in the country. There are 4 events here, 2 events going simultaneously and back and forth. So Dia Moody will lead off on bars now for Washington in this first rotation.
Washington is ranked 28th on the uneven bars. They really want to take their time to show off these handstand positions.
On the left of your screen, Kayla Lee for Arizona State. Their first competitor on B this round.
As this uneven bars routine finishes with a perfectly stuck landing. Great job. This lead-off performance on balance beam is crucial. Really sets the tone, the confidence for them to build on the balance beam.
Waiting to go now on floor for UCLA is Emma Andrus in their lead-off spot. All 4 events are active, and we'll typically have just 2 events going on simultaneously, and the goal today is to see every single routine of all of the athletes in this California regional.
And you don't want to miss these UCLA floor routines. They are spectacular on this event.
Kayla Lee, solid dismount for Arizona State in that crucial lead-off spot.
Watch the landings, on floor exercise, on your right. That's a tuck double back, nice control.
But where UCLA senior.
Where UCLA shines is the choreography and the way they perform and excite the audience with their performance.
Amanda Hargraves set to go for Denver on ball.
This will be another Yurchenko full. Pretty big hop on that landing.
For those of you interested in keeping up with the scores, Mila Brush got a 9.85, and you'll see the scoring tower on the right side of your screen will list all the athletes on these 4 teams competing today and their current scores as well as their running totals in the bottom right. Just the top 2 teams from today will advance to Sunday's regional final here in California. Kristen Lynn now on bars for Washington, and Kimberly Smith for Arizona State on beam.
These 2 events going simultaneously are the technical events. They require finesse, good technique, nice focus. Ooh, a little short landing on the uneven bars. Notice how her chest was down. You want to land nice and vertical for no deduction.
Smith just 4 times this year in the lineup on beam, the sophomore for Arizona State. This is her 5th time in the lineup under great pressure.
Very, very solid. Just a slight arm balance correction after that acro series. Nice back leg on those leaps. Kept her toe point throughout. Sets up the dismount. It's a gainer full off the side. Another good hit routine for Arizona State on beam.
Getting set to go on floor over there is Markzetta Frazier, one of the superstars of this UCLA floor team. BJ Das, their assistant coach there on the sidelines, well known for choreography that goes viral every year. Frazier was out for much of the season because of an ankle injury. She's been back in the lineup and back to her good form.
And she has such a special way of performing this routine. A whip back through to a double back.
Emma Andres led them off with a 9.85 for the Bruins. Ulrich on ball for Denver.
Nice strong vault. The musicality we see from the UCLA gymnasts on this event is so special. Pike double back. Oh, a short landing. Little forward. And it looked like it might have hurt her ankle. She's finishing strong. What a tough finish for her. I think she landed a little bit short, and that looked like it stung.
Yeah, it sure did. And that was the ankle injury that had limited some of her competition earlier this year. Gracie Reeves for Arizona State on beam, the graduate student from Phoenix. On the right of your screen is Olivia Opegard from Newport Beach, California, the sophomore for Washington.
Sets up her release skill on the high bar. Right here, it's called a straddle Jaeger, nice and high, showing good amplitude. had to fight for the landing over there on balance beam. They'll take a deduction for the arm swing and the step forward. Here's the dismount on bars, double layout, holds on to the landing. Little leg separation in the air, but a nice hit routine for Washington.
Opegard does uneven bars only. She essentially specializes in that event. Many of these athletes, of course, start their careers as all-arounders, but based on their expertise and injuries and other things later in their career, they decide sometimes to specialize. Rosie Casali now for Denver on ball. Oh, that's big.
A big vault for Denver. Unfortunately, a very big hop on the landing, but great height and distance in flight. Just a substantial deduction for a large hop.
Last year, Denver was 8th at the NCAA championships, even though it's a much smaller enrollment than many of these large public institutions. They seem to every year put a competitive team on the floor. Melissa Kutcher-Reinhardt, their head coach there, has been there 26 years. Brooklyn Moores now for UCLA on floor. This could be a highlight.
Brooklet is spectacular on this event. She emotes and performs so exquisitely.
Sarah Clark on beam for Arizona State at the same time on the left of your screen.
Brooklyn Moores just oozes artistry. Everything performed to its fullest. If she can get the landing here on the final pass. Very nicely done on the 1.5 twist. Very dramatic routine. Love it every time I see it.
Brooklyn Moores, her signature event, the floor from Canada, competing at UCLA.
Fantastic routine by Sarah Clark. Over on the balance beam, really nicely done.
Arizona State's quite a senior team. They have 9 senior and graduate students. Sarah Clark is one of the seniors who will return for one more year next year. And I know they're thrilled about that because she is one of their important contributors. As we go back to vault now for Denver, Riley Mundell, also a senior.
1.5 twist, a little close to the table. She didn't get the distance. And Skylar Killer-Wilhelm over on bars, just a beautiful uneven bar routine. So elegant in her swing. Huge single bar release move at the beginning of the routine. Just spectacular work.
All Pac-12 all-arounder Skylar Killer-Wilhelm from West Des Moines, Iowa. Competed in the all-around in every single meet this year for Washington. Has been one of their most important contributors her entire career for the Gym Dogs up there. Anna Scharf prepping the beam for Arizona State as Selena Harris takes to the floor for UCLA.
Just in case you were wondering, the beam is hollow. It's an interesting sound. Oh. Selena Harris on floor, opening with a huge double layout, but unfortunately a little short of rotation. She had to step forward.
You mentioned the hollow beam. Shout out to our audio crew for placing a microphone inside the beam. It's essentially an aluminum hollow tube almost, and wrapped with kind of a ultra suede cover and a little padding. But it's still just 4 inches wide, no matter where you go on it in the world.
far, Arizona State looks so solid on beam. Crucial to a team performance is to hit balance beam. UCLA has had a couple of short landings so far on floor exercise. Not exactly what they wanted to do. See if she can get this third pass. Nice back 1.5 to a Branny. Okay, 2 great tumbling passes, just a little short on her opening double layout. Not a big mistake, just a slight deduction, but still a deduction.
And before her, Brooklyn Moore's had the high score of the meet so far, a 9.95 for UCLA on floor. You can keep tabs with all the scores on the right of your screen there as Jessica Hutchinson takes to the ball for Denver.
A big 1.5 twist. Nice balance between the height and the distance from the table. That's something the judges are looking for, the overall dynamics.
Lily Tubbs for Washington on bars. You can take a look at their scores. That number that's grayed out for Olivia Opegard, 9.8, is currently the low score that they'd like to replace with higher scores from their remaining athletes. You compete 6, count the best 5 towards your team total.
Bart, this was an absolutely beautiful. Her legs were glued together from the start of the routine, and she only lost it on the double layout dismount. They came apart a little bit, but the rest of the routine so clean.
As you mentioned, Arizona State off to an outstanding start on beam. Hannah Sharp had another 9.875 following Sarah Clark's. Emily White, their superstar all-arounder now, anchor competitor here.
They want to finish strong, especially with this high scoring potential that Emily has on this event. So beautiful in her presentation.
Another one of the senior athletes from Arizona State that will be returning. Nia Reed on floor for UCLA at the same time.
And Nia Reed has wowed audiences all over with her spectacular floor work. Opens with a double layout. Notice how she stepped back into the lunge. That's what the judges want to see to show full rotation.
Nia Reed has been one of the UCLA gymnasts whose most recently floor routine has gone viral. She's the graduate student who transferred from Florida and has really made an impact this year for the Bruins.
Emily White almost got the stick on the landing. Unfortunately, had to adjust that 1 foot. Interesting that we have 3 Pac-12 teams right here in this first session. Front layout to a Rudy, nice control on the landing. Okay, a strong routine.
Before her, Selena Harris had a 9.875. We noticed earlier when Margzetta Frazier tweaked her ankle a little bit in the ending of her floor routine. Only a 9.8 there. That's the score they'd like to replace. Now to the beam. Ilka Juk competing here as an individual on the beam. In addition to the teams competing for team spots, there are individuals competing for individual spots in the NCAA championships, and they have to qualify through today. Juk competes for Iowa, formerly a transfer from LIU.
And she is a virtuoso on this event, just so beautiful, so fluid. So unique and original.
There's Taylor Russin finishing up on bars for Washington there. Low score over there. The one is 9.775 for Tubbs, the one they'd like to replace. a solid start. All of their scores in the 9-8 plus range for Washington on the bars.
Difficult full twisting back handspring on balance beam. Love the attention to detail we're seeing here.
Shea Campbell will go on floor now after Nia Reed scored a 9.95. They have two 9.95s in this event that UCLA is so well known for in this first of 4 rotations.
Shea is magical on this event. Opens with a full twisting double back. And then she launches into an epic display. To front full. I wish you could see her eye contact that she makes with the judges, with the audience. Very intense, very purposeful. Big double back, great control. High energy routine, as always. Really special.
Expect another big score for the Bruins in that opening rotation. They have the lead already, regardless of what Shea Campbell will get, because of the outstanding scores in that rotation. Arizona State will be in second. And here is Maggie Slife, the freshman from Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. Easy for you to say. She competes for the Air Force. Yes, that's what it is. She competes for Air Force Academy here, and she's competing as an individual. And what an incredible freshman year she had, the gymnast from the Midwest Twisters gymnastics program.
She is stunning here on this event. Look at the clean form from start to finish. Kept the legs together, toes pointed, in a very complex full twisting double back.
The Mountain West Freshman of the Year. Very nice.
Look at that. Knees glued together, toes pointed until she has to land. That's the way to do it.
All of these athletes that are competing as individuals are grouped in with teams. And so Slife competing at the end of the Washington rotation on bars there. And now as we go to floor, this is Kiana Abraham, University of California at Davis. She's competing along with the UCLA Bruins. Her score will not contribute to them, but she's competing as an individual with designs on making it through to the championships. Well, looks like we got the wrong music keyed up for her. By the way, Shea Campbell before her, the third 9.95 for UCLA in that opening rotation. So they will have an impressive lead, 49.575 to lead the first rotation. Here's Abraham.
Watch the power here, the amplitude she shows off. Big air on the double layout. One of the things we always look forward to at these regionals and with the individual competitors is how the team that they're rotating with cheers for them, sometimes even learns a routine, does the parts just like they were in their home arena. The support is beautiful. Great routine, really well done. Good for her. As I said, the power is so evident in her tumbling. Good technique, too. Nice round-up back handspring to set that up. Just so explosive. Lifts this up off the floor, gets the control there, right into the lunge.
Well, UCLA has the lead after the first of 4 rotations, and guess what? The 6th-ranked team, Denver, is currently trailing. They're in 4th. As we said, anything can happen at the regionals. And we're back inside Haas Pavilion here in Berkeley, California, getting ready for the second of 4 rotations. After the first rotation, UCLA lights out on the floor, as we have come to expect. 49-5-7-5. They have a lead. Arizona State currently in second, but the big story so far in the first rotation is that Denver, the ranked number 6 team in the country, is currently the 4th of the 4 teams in this session. Here are some of the highlight scores, including UCLA on floor. 3 scores 9-9 or better. In fact, 3 9-9-5s for the superb Bruins on that event. Hi everyone, I'm Bart Connor along with Kathy Johnson-Clark, and as we said at the top of the show, anything can happen at these regionals. We've already seen big upsets. Denver didn't have great landings on their vault, but their best events are coming up, so this is long from being over.
Absolutely. But first, kudos to Arizona State and Washington doing exactly what they needed to do. They were so good on their events. UCLA lights out on floor. Denver couldn't rein those landings in. They were a little over amped. So big hops forward. They've now got to go to bars and beam and really focus. They're in a little bit of a hole there.
Kudos to Arizona State for doing so well on beam in that first rotation. Under the nerves here, they currently are in second, trailing UCLA with the 3 big 9-9-5s. Let's take a look at some of those highlights.
They were spectacular on floor. From their dance to their tumbling, everything that we expect from UCLA. Half the lineup getting 9-9-5s. Nia Reed, as she has done all season long, really elevating the performance level. And Shea Campbell, I love that all the routines are so unique, so different. Different styles, different energy, all of them. Excellent.
Take a look at the individual score update. As we mentioned, by the end of this weekend, we will know which individuals will qualify through to the NCAA championships. Just one all-arounder and the top athlete in each individual event, not on a qualifying team, will make it through to the national championships. And you see the scores of the 3 individual competitors who got off to a terrific start in that rotation. But as I said, we will not know until the end of the meet, because it depends on which teams qualify through, which individual competitors have a shot at those rare spots into the national championship. Talk about the drama in some of these brackets. The Michigan Regional, they started yesterday with round 2 after Illinois defeated Ball State in round 1. They've moved on to the second session there, but Alabama, Penn State, Oklahoma, and Ohio State are the 4 that advanced there. The home team, the Michigan Wolverines, hosting the meet, the 9th-ranked team in the country, did not qualify to the regional final championship, which will be tomorrow at 5 Eastern on ESPN+. From that championship, Alabama, Penn State, Oklahoma, and Ohio State, just 2 teams will advance to Fort Worth. In the Arkansas Regional, the 4 teams that were ranked, Kentucky, Arkansas, LSU, and Minnesota, all chalked into the regional final. That will be Saturday evening as well. And in the Florida Regional, Utah and Michigan State qualified through earlier today. And this evening, Florida, Missouri, Georgia, and Iowa State will compete for the final 2 spots into their regional championship final, which will be Sunday at 4 Eastern. There's a lot going on with 36 teams. A lot to gain, and yet some ways a lot to lose, especially for the highly ranked teams, Kathy. It's an unusual pressure, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just imagining all the gym nerds out there with multiple screens trying to check on their phone and on their iPad and on the television, because their regionals are just nothing like them. There's just nothing like it.
Rotation 2 coming up now. UCLA with a strong lead of .325 will go to the vault. Denver, the 5th-ranked team in the country on bars, has a chance to work their way out of 4th of these 4 teams here in this rotation. Washington will be on beam. Arizona State on the floor. For UCLA, Emily Lee in the leadoff spot, and for Denver on bars, Rosie Casale on your right.
And Emily is now forever known as Emily Lead Off, because she leads off on 3 events and does an incredible job time and time again. Her consistency is uncanny. Double layout dismount from Rosie Casale for Denver on the uneven bars. Keep in mind, Denver really needs to climb out of that hole, so they need to stick their landings and hit every handstand.
This is the event that Denver can do it on. It's their top-ranked event among their 4. Chelsea Ellenin for Washington on beam. At the same time on the left of your screen.
Washington is ranked 17th on balance beam, while Arizona State over on floor exercise, starting with Kayla Lee, they are ranked 37th. So this is one of their weakest events, the floor exercise. A little bit short on that front double twist on the floor exercise. Little bobble after that front aerial on balance beam. I think she might have wanted to connect to something out of that front aerial. It almost looked like it. Down up 1.5 twist, big hop on that landing. So a little bit of a nervous start for Washington on beam. Closes the floor routine with a Rudy, a 1.5 twist. So good routine. She was a little bit shy of the front double twist, that first pass on floor exercise.
On the left of your screen, Caitlin Rosen, an incredible first year for the Bruins. Coming after Emily Lee had a 9.875. The first score for UCLA, higher than any score for Denver in that first round on vault.
And I love her energy. Watch how she holds that position. Her celebrations are always something fun to watch as well.
Kylie Rorich on bars for Denver. 9.85 was the score for Rosie Casale, who led them off there.
Needs this dismount right here. You want to see the chest up high. Gorgeous double.
Yes.
That was textbook. Perfectly straight in the air, legs together, and notice how she landed just upright in that vertical position. Beautiful.
Emily Innes on beam for Washington.
Really want to see a confident routine here. Kept that moving from the front aerial into the back handspring. That's her acro series. So you have to do those two back-to-back with no pause or hesitation between to get credit.
Innes has a season high of 9.9 on this event. Had a rare miss at the Pac-12 championships, only scored a 9.025. So they need a hit here as Allie Gregoire takes to the floor for Arizona State on the right of your screen.
Again, just showing a little bit of nerves here from Washington on balance beam. Opens with a full twisting double back on floor exercise. A pretty big jump hop backwards on that landing. Oh, nice job on the landing of that 1.5 twist off beam. Watch this combination. It's a front with a 1.5 twist into a back layout step out.
As Shea Campbell prepares to vault for UCLA. Caitlin Rosen before her, a 9.825 on the left.
And this is a treat on vault. That is a sky high. Very few gymnasts can perform that vault as well. She does it all, the height, the distance, the technique and form, and a nice upright landing.
She literally floats off the ceiling. It's so high. Madison Ulrich now for Denver on bars. Denver has 2 straight 9.85s in a row, so they're doing a nice job on this event for their top events in terms of national rankings.
Little leg separations on those transition from bar to bar. Dismount a sky high double lat, little bit of a bounce on the landing. Beautiful in the air.
Denver lands those dismounts so high. Nice technique.
Front aerial into 2 back handsprings, and she's not going to get the connection. Ooh. My guess is she's going to back up and perform it again because she needs this for her start value. Front aerial right into 2 back handsprings, so she'll get credit, but she is, as I said, the nerves are building. Just like confidence and consistency on beam can be created with that strong lead off, you can also sort of fall down this nervous rabbit hole. So they need to tighten up, find their confidence again.
Kimberly Smith on floor for Arizona State on the right side of your screen.
Twist, little step back. So nervous mistakes in that routine. So Arizona State on floor is keeping the momentum going, how they started the meet. Unfortunately, Washington on beam is giving up 1/10 of a point.
Next vaulter for UCLA on the left of your screen is Nia Reed. Shea Campbell had a 9.85. They have not broken into the 9.9s there.
They could with this vault. It's a 1.5 twist, so a 10.0 start value. And you can tell she is pumped to go for this. Oh, I was afraid of the angle that she came on the table. Sets up a slight under rotation, but she fought through it, stayed on her feet. She did step backwards though, so they'll take a deduction there, but good for her to keep her cool and get on her feet.
As Kimberly Smith finishes up for Arizona State. Mia Hebink will be up on bars next for Denver. They have 3 9-8-5s in a row. So doing a nice job here in this second rotation. Beautiful.
Oh, man, I love that. Rikna up on high bar, that stalled her into the reverse hecht, and then immediately down to the pack salto. Great combination. Very difficult. Excellent routine. Oh, no, just a little short of rotation. Had to take that step forward.
Lana Navarro now for Washington on beam. The junior from Laverne, California. There's a season high 9-9 in this event. They need a good solid routine right now.
Here's a triple series right here. 3 back-to-back-to-back skills. 2 back handsprings, layout, step out. You can really see her fighting off those nerves.
Before her, Taylor Russin had a 9-4-2-5, so they need hit routines to keep this one competitive in the second round of the tournament.
I like that she's smiling, really breathing life into this routine. You have to stay calm and confident so you can be aggressive. Dismount as a round off. Full.
Don't see a lot of those.
I think that was supposed to be a 1.5 twist. I am certain of it. So that's going to be a deduction.
Yes.
That's not a difficult enough dismount. It's a special requirement on the balance beam. You have to do a higher level of difficulty to fulfill that special requirement. So that's going to hurt her start value.
Selena Harris waiting to go for UCLA on ball after Nia Reed. The score is in. It's a 9-8, and Emily White up now for Arizona State on floor.
And you can really see the sisterhood in this sport. Marzetta Frazier really talking to Selena before this vault. She has hit a 10 on this vault before. And she is uncanny at finding the landing. Nice blast off the table, but slight under rotation, so she stepped back. Sometimes that happens when you're really focused on trying to get a stick. Emily had a fall on the floor exercise at the Pac-12, so she really wants to come back strong here on this event.
Yes, she only scored 8.975 in that Pac-12 championship, although her season high is 9.95 on this event.
It's not a surprise there's a delay over on balance beam. I'm sure there's discussion or trying to get this start value correct, because she will have the special requirement deduction of not a difficult enough and an up to the level deduction because you need that more difficult dismount. So good job for Emily White on floor exercise.
Skylar Kilo-Wilhelm will wait it out as the judges discuss. It looks like they've come to an understanding as what is the proper start value of that routine, considering the deductions.
Well, you rarely see it up to the level
on bars.
deduction, so I'm sure they had to really think that through. Jessica is beautiful on this event. These long lines. She's a taller gymnast and really shows them off beautifully. Easy swing, sets up the dismount. A floaty double layout, and she held on to it. She did do the arm circle, so they'll have to deduct for that. She has a great triple series coming up right here. Front aerial, right into a back handspring, layout, step out, very difficult. And so beautifully done. She's so elegant here.
Season high of 39.7, which is over a 9.9 average in the all-around. She competed in the all-around in every event.
I love the polished, precise footwork.
Jada Mangahas now for Arizona State on floor, after Emily White had a 9.85.
They are really happy to have Jada back in the lineup. Side aerial to 1.5 twist. What a glorious balance beam routine. Love that. And they needed it. Full twisting double back.
Was out with a concussion injury earlier this year, but she's also announced that she will return. Oh no, Paige Anastasi from UCLA.
That vault was
Selena
off.
Harris had a 9.8. Boy, she was off the whole way, wasn't she?
Yes, really off, going back to the table. You could tell her she had to break form. She was just out of position.
So UCLA with the lead, all of their scores 9.8 and above in that vault rotation, but did not break through to any of the 9.9s.
So keep in mind, they drop one low score on each event. So you want the top 5 scores to be as high as possible.
You'll notice in the scoring tower on the right, the score that is grayed out is currently the low score that they would like to replace, as Riley Mundell takes to the bars for Denver and Dia Moody for Washington on the beam.
Watch this huge tap into that Tkachev. When she swings through the bottom of that giant, she swings so hard, so dynamically to set up just spectacular height. This is a beauty. Double layout, legs glued together, just a slight scoot. I'm not even sure if she scooted on that landing. That was just beautiful.
And all of their double layout dismounts, impressive. They land standing straight up and down. They have not scored above 9.85 today, but perhaps that is one that will break through above that range for Denver, needing a strong, solid rotation in the second rotation. And of course, that's what they got from their outstanding bars team, one of the best in the country on that event.
I'm going to call them DLU, Double Layout University, because that was just, they put on a clinic there.
Anna Scharf now for Arizona State on floor. Their high score over there is Kimberly Smith's 9.925. Mangahas just had a 9.875. Getting ready to vault on the left of your screen is Megan Ray, competing as an individual for UC Davis.
Half on, front tuck, half off. Very difficult, 10-0 start value vault. She'll be happy with that. So scores are looking really good for ASU on floor exercise.
Yes, after an outstanding start on beam, very good scores on floor. They have an opportunity to take the lead over UCLA in this rotation.
Oh, little over rotation on that final tumbling pass.
As Maggie Slife, competing as an individual for Air Force in the all-around competition today, mounts the beam.
And she really is the definition of a great all-around gymnast. She has So many lovely qualities that come together. She has competed so consistently, winning the inaugural Mountain West all-around as a freshman. What a moment.
Mountain West Freshman of the Year.
Here's her leap series right here. It's a switch leap into a straddle quarter. Oh, nope, front tuck. Look at the height. That'll wake you up. Now here's the leap. Switch leap. Oh no, she needed to connect that. She's gonna have to add another one right there. Okay, good move into the split jump straddle. You have to connect 2 leaps back to back to fulfill that special requirement. And as we've seen, if you don't fulfill those, that's a 0.2 of a point flat deduction. Not to mention the bonus you won't earn. Boy, I love the distance on that 1.5 twist. Unfortunately, it carried forward and caused her to step as well. But oh, she was like, oh, that was so close. But she fought. Good for her. Yeah, she really fought hard through this routine. I love the front tuck. That was just sky high and came out of nowhere for me.
Emily Erb competing as an individual. The Iowa Hawkeyes, the sophomore from New Jersey.
Iowa always has really dynamic floor routines. Love the music and choreography. She'll open with a pike double back. This is a D skill. Nice and high, a little bit of a slide back. Just like on beam, the leaps are important. It's a switch side half into a straddle jump.
Is one of 4 Iowa gymnasts competing here as individuals.
Whoa! The height on that back 1.5. That was huge. I love that. Right into a front full, difficult combination pass in the middle. Well, I really like the way she launched this. Showed off some great amplitude. Front full could have been a little bit higher, especially in comparison. You're supposed to rise into the second one. Hard to rise when you've gone so high on the first one.
And there is Margzetta Frazier. Now competing against each other today for different schools are a set of high caliber sisters. We'll look at the Frazier sisters when we return to Berkeley. Welcome back to the California Regional here. Second round of NCAA regional competition. UCLA still with the lead, but it's getting closer, and Arizona State had a superb performance in a second rotation. Denver was in 4th, have moved up into 3rd on the strength of some of their outstanding performances on the bars as well. So UCLA currently in the lead at the halfway point of this 4-rotation meet. After 2, they have the lead. Arizona State currently in 2nd. Denver, on the strength of those outstanding bar routines, is climbing out of 4th. Now they're in 3rd. Denver, one of the top-ranked teams in this session, hoping to qualify along with one other team to the regional final, which will be Sunday here on ESPN+. Hi everyone, I'm Bart Connor along with Kathy Johnson-Clark. Your reaction to this second rotation, Kathy?
Well, first of all, Arizona State just killed it on floor exercise. That's their lowest rank event. They're now going to go to their best event. They are doing exactly what they need to do to try to get in that top 2. And Denver just slowly crawling back. Beautiful bar work. I mean, we called them double layout U because those were just gorgeous dismounts, and they really helped make up the score. The smooth operator, Jessica Hutchinson, on the bars was exquisite in her swing and her form. And then the dynamic Riley Mundell just blasting her release move at the beginning of the routine sky high, and then just drills the landing on her double layout.
And the individuals competing in that rotation, Megan Ray a 9.825 on vault, Maggie Slipe a 9.75 on beam, and Emily Erb for Iowa a strong 9.9 on the floor exercise. There is Margzetta Frazier, one of the 2 Frazier sisters competing here at this regional. She is the senior for the UCLA Bruins. And guess what? Little sis is here as well. MJ Frazier competes for the Cal Bears, and she's just a sophomore. And by the way, if you want to see her compete tonight, she'll be with California in the evening session here, along with Southern Utah, Stanford, and Auburn, beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN+. The NCAA Women's Gymnastics Championship begins Thursday, April 18th with the semifinals on ESPN2. Then the final returns to ABC on Saturday, April 20th with a live preview show at 3:30 Eastern and the meet beginning at 4 p.m. Eastern. That will be for the championship in the NCAA. 36 teams fighting it out this weekend with a lot of gymnastics, but only 8 will advance to that championship in Fort Worth. In the next rotation coming up, Kathy, here are the teams and the events where they are ranked nationally.
And Arizona State, this is their highest ranked event, so if they can find those landings, they will just keep this train moving. UCLA can be spectacular on bars. They are going to have to be sharp. I said at the beginning of the show they didn't have to be perfect. They don't, but they can't make mistakes and certainly can't count one. And Denver, of course, on balance beam, they're very, very good on this event. I like the way they perform. If they're feeling confident and calm, they should continue to do exactly what they need to do to get back in the top 2.
Kathy, it's an important point because the pressure here is different than a lot of competitions. The whole idea is to survive and advance. So, in fact, you have something to gain, but in fact, a lot to lose. And certainly that's how it played out for Michigan as the hosts of their regional counted a fall on beam and did not advance to the regional final. Therefore, their season is done. A lot of pressure on the seeded teams in particular to not disappoint. UCLA currently has the lead.
Watch for the landing. Nice, beautiful job in the air. That is a big hop. And those longer hops are bigger deductions, anywhere from 0.05 for just a tiny, tiny little scoot or a hop in place, all the way up to 0.3 if it's a huge or multiple steps and hops.
Jay Campbell on bars for UCLA in that leadoff spot. UCLA 0.325 ahead of Arizona State. Excuse me, 0.125 ahead of Arizona State. But the key in this competition is the top 2 advancing. So the battle we'll be focusing mostly on today is the battle between 2nd and 3rd.
Very solid acro series. Momo can be very confident on this event. Exciting to watch here.
Former Big 12 champion on this event, the junior from Dallas, Texas. His brother on the junior national team as well. Juno. Emily Pyers for Washington on floor.
Good solid start for Denver on beam. 1.5 to front layout. Needed a little bit more lift on that second somersault.
Now vaulting for Arizona State on the left.
Look to see if she flares out of this full. Yes, ooh, well done. Look at the distance. You can't even see the table in this shot. She traveled that far, and she opened up her arms at the end of the twist. We call that flaring out. Well done.
Head coach Jay Santos giving high fives for that one. Emily White led off Arizona State on vault. Remember, they're just slightly behind UCLA, currently in second place, trying to hold off Denver, currently in third.
Emily Pyros finishing up on floor exercise for Washington.
Abby Thompson after Momo Kiwai, 9.825.
Side aerial to a back handspring. Difficult acro series. Her leap series are 2 switch leaps back to back right here. Needs to connect them. They're hard. You go right off of that landing leg and take off into the second leap. And the Malabuya over on the uneven bars for UCLA. Beautiful work so far. Really stunning handstand positions. Full twisting double back. And a great landing. Wow, that's a strong routine for UCLA.
Jay Campbell led them off with a 9.825 over there. Malabuyo competing for UCLA and hoping to compete at the Olympics in Paris this summer for the Philippines. Ellie Gregoire for Arizona State will be next to vault. Emily White led them off with a 9.8. Jada Mangahas, 9.85.
This is the first of 4 1.5 twist vaults Arizona State will perform on vault. Those are 10-0 start value vaults, so they want to make the most of this advantage.
Caitlin McWilliams for Washington on floor. Emily Pyers led them off with a 9.75.
Chelan facing away from the table. Big step forward. So definitely a landing deduction, but a 10-0 start value. So a little bit of an advantage to come from a 10.
For Denver on beam. After EY had a 9.775, we do not yet have the score for Abby Thompson. Should be coming up momentarily.
Denver really needs to flip a switch right here on beam. We need to see a confident, aggressive routine and very solid front toss to the back handspring. Caitlin McWilliams on your right doing a pike double back to end the routine. Switch leap to a switch side. Though gymnastics is an individual sport, meaning you are up there on the equipment all by yourself, you can feel the presence of your sisters over there cheering your every step, your every landing. They know each other's routines by heart and by feel. Oh, and a fall.
Caitlin Rosen, the freshman from UCLA, after Malabuyo had a 9.9. Oh.
She's having a tough
like she just didn't quite get the grip. Janelle McDonald, the head coach at UCLA.
Gracie Reeves on vault with a tucked 1.5 twist. Same start value, 10-0. It's just done in a tucked position. Caitlin resumes her uneven bar routine. It's a 0.5 of a point deduction for the fall. She repeated the skill because she needs those combinations for the start value, and you cannot be sure that this is not the score they're going to drop. So you have to fight for every 1/10 of a point, no matter what. And I'm sure that's what Coach Janelle McDonald reminded her of. Stay strong, you got to finish strong.
UCLA had the lead coming into this rotation. In fact, all the way through the meet so far. They need to hit the rest of the lineup solidly to hold off these other teams that are doing quite well. Denver doing a nice job as Madison Ulrich takes to the beam. 9.25 was the score for Mia Hebink. Big score.
Very, very solid on that back handspring layout step out on beam.
Ulrich, just a freshman from South Carolina, as Taylor Russin starts on floor for Washington.
Maddie fought hard and saved that lead from a fall, but the arm swings will be significant deductions. Handspring to a 1.5 twist, bites and gets the stuck landing. Good for her. These 1/10 of a point are going to be so critical. High double back to finish the routine. So both Washington and Arizona State are doing exactly what they need to do to stay in this.
Anna Scharf now on vault after Gracie Reeves had a 9.825.
Full twist, a little bit short of rotation, so she had to land with her chest down. It was really good with the feet not moving. But they also look for the position of the body when you land. You want to be upright with the chest up high.
Anna Scharf for Arizona State in her graduate season, 6-time All-American. As we go back now to bars, Markzetta Frazier after Caitlin Rosen only a 9.2. You see it grayed out on your screen, so this is a very important routine for UCLA.
And she was going for broke there, really trying to show off perfect handstand. She overbalanced on that one. They will deduct there. And a little hop on the landing, but a lot of good work in that bar routine. She has been an absolute beast for them. So consistent on the events she competes in.
What a clutch save in that handstand, considering what's at stake. They already have a 9.2. They cannot afford to count a fall. As we saw, that's what doomed Michigan yesterday in their second-round regional.
So if you're going to see a mistake, you want to see an aggressive one that's going for big. She went for huge and just slightly overdid it on that handstand. Now this is the kind of beam work you want to see. Bella is so aggressive, really attacks this event.
Skylar Wilhelm for Washington on floor.
Wow, that's a nice balance beam routine for Denver. Watch this tumbling pass on floor. It's a front double full. It's an E-level skill. Front layout with a double twist. Dances right out of it. Love the fluidity of her movement. Oh, gorgeous shape in the air on those leaps.
Naya Smith now on ball for Arizona State.
Wow, great 1.5. That was spectacular. don't like having to take my eyeballs off this floor routine. It is just stunning. So beautifully performed. Oh. Look at the shapes, the flexibility, the posture throughout this routine. It was just next level.
Jessica Hutchinson now for Denver on beam. Bella Mabanta had a 9.95, one of the high scores of the meet so far. Big opportunity here for Denver. Score they'd like to drop is a 9.75, and Hutchinson is the one who can deliver a huge score as Frida Esparza from UCLA starts on the bars.
Beautiful work. Both of these teams need these routines. Gorgeous Van Leeuwen up to the high bar, showing great difficulty throughout this routine. Double, oh, a big hop forward. They'll take a landing deduction. Nice front toss on beam, and you're right, Bart, Jessica has come up clutch so many times for Denver on all of her events. She's a great all-around performer. She's having a spectacular senior year. And finishing strong, cartwheel to a gainer full.
By the way, Arizona State finished strong on vault, and Naya Smith a 9.9. That's the only 9.9 they got on vault there. 48.92 is their team score there. So as Emily Innes takes to the floor for Washington, it's Kiana Abraham competing as an individual on vault on the left of your screen.
Kiana does a 1.5 twist, and she is equally powerful on vault as we saw her on floor. Well, that was synchronized vault and floor together. The tumbling pass, the vault, both landed beautifully. Combination, back 1.5 front layout. Really nicely done. Comes right back with the third pass. Love to see these 3-pass routines, a front 1.5 twist. I'm enjoying the polish of these routines. Washington performing really well on floor exercise. Well, and look at the score. Before her, Skylar scored a 9.95 on that gorgeous floor routine.
There's a huge moment here for the UCLA Bruins. Remember, they're trying to drop the 9.2 after the mistake from Caitlin Rosen. Now competing Selena Harris, their all-around star, and they need a hit routine right now.
She has come up big time and time again. One of the most consistent gymnasts in the NCAA. Across all 4 events, and she is doing it. Oh, look at full pirouette right on top of the bar, into the double layout, and holds on to the landing. I'm telling you, she is just uncanny with her ability to stick landings no matter where she comes from. So sometimes she's a little
clutch,
higher.
9.775 for her or more just for UCLA to stay in the top 2. So
Good.
A critical routine.
Good for her. Love that she went for that full pirouette right on top of the bar. Excellent.
You can see a sense of release from Janelle McDonald there as Lana Navarro gets set to wrap up floor for Washington. The second straight 9.95 in a row, Kathy. This one for Emily Innes. You're right, they are being rewarded for their gorgeous execution.
Tough double back. To front layout. Could have been a little bit higher on that second somersault. So this is how they get their energy. Look at all her teammates doing the choreography with her on the side. Concentration right here. High double back, beautiful amplitude, great control on the landing, and the details, it's the polish. As you said, in terms of their execution and presentation, when you don't give away those little tenths of a point. And so much a part of NCAA gymnastics is the entertainment value, being able to connect with the audience, really get them engaged in these routines.
And even though Washington has been trailing today, currently in fourth coming into this rotation, an outstanding performance display of their exquisite work on floor.
Brianna Brooks here for Utah State on bars, competing as an individual, was the Mountain West champion on this event and did exactly what she hoped to do in this moment. Well done.
At the Mountain West Championship, she scored a season high, tying 9-9 to win the bars title there. The senior out of Las Vegas competing for Utah State. Maggie's life now.
Opens this routine with a double pike. Her combination pass is difficult in that she twists both these skills back 1.5 to a front layout. Actually, just a front layout. I thought it was a full. I love listening to an interview she did where she talked about why she chose Air Force Academy. She wanted to, of course, do her gymnastics at the highest level she could, her academics, but also wanted to do something bigger with her life and serve her country, and absolutely loves her time at the Air Force Academy. And she has a loaded schedule, that's for sure.
Hard enough to be an elite athlete, a student, and serve your country all at the same time, but she figures out a way to do it with elegance.
And flight. I guess she learned that at the Air Force Academy. That was nice and high on that final tumbling pass. Well done. She's having a great meet.
Yes, she sure is. What a treat. Maggie Slife from Air Force competing here as an individual. All smiles today.
Really like the combination of her qualities. She's got nice power, nice strength and polish. Really pays attention to the details, pointed toes, and I love the joy on her face.
And you see the celebration from the Washington gymnast. She's competing as an individual, but traveling and rotating around with Washington What a moment for Maggie Slife competing here as an individual all-arounder. Top 3 teams separated by just .125. Remember, just the top 2 will go to Sunday's regional final. And we're back to beautiful Berkeley, California. We're in the second round of the California Regional. Now, after the third of 4 rotations, here is the story. Arizona State, by .025, has the lead over UCLA. Denver, the top-seeded team in this region, currently in third and at risk of not qualifying through, but they're only 1/10 of a point behind UCLA, and then Washington trails Denver by 2/10 again. So as expected, this is going to be close. UCLA has relinquished the lead now to Arizona State, who just keeps coming. Anaya Smith, a 9.9 on vault, was a highlight for them. And UCLA with Malabuyo, a 9.9, a career high for her on bars. However, UCLA currently has dropped to second, and in this final rotation, they're going to finish on the beam. Hi everyone, I'm Mark Connor along with Kathy Johnson-Clark. A lot of drama here in this regional, particularly because Denver, the top seeded team, is currently in third, but just 3 teams separated by 125 thousandths of a point, Kathy.
Yeah, excuse me, I'm looking for my seat belts here because I need to strap myself in. I mean, this is really exciting because quarter-tenths of a point, half-tenths of a point. These are tiny little increments. So all 3 of these teams fighting for those 2 spots really need to be tough. And of course, I'm looking at UCLA going to beam. They are beautiful there. And I heard everybody yelling, yikes, they have to go to beam. You can't do that. You got to love this moment. You got to love this pressure and take it. Denver going to floor, you know, I mean, I kind of envy them to be able to go to floor exercise and just dance it out and tumble it out. But that's a lot of passes you got to hit, too.
All right, a couple of highlights from the third rotation. Let's take a look.
Arizona State, they are like a bullet train in this competition, and they are just barreling ahead, coming up with exactly what they need. Just showed big difficulty on the vault, high flying 1.5 twist. Finding these landings, they are really throwing it down here. Denver, tough on beam. Bella Mabanto is so beautiful, so elegant and tough. What a great combination. And Jessica Hutchinson, as always, just elegant, lovely, but also gritty, because the determination that it takes to hit routines like this under pressure and when your team needs you, that's the special kind of pressure we know is part of regionals.
Denver had a 9.925 and 2 9.95s on that event from Babanta and Hutchinson. Okay, here were the scores for the individuals competing in that rotation. Kiana Abraham, a 9.85 on vault. Brianna Brooks for her work, a 9.9, and Maggie Slife, a 9.875. Maggie Slife, we talked about her before the break. The Air Force Academy freshman having a terrific competition here today, traveling around as an individual, competing behind the team of Washington. But you talk about a young lady with a full schedule. Check this out, Kathy. You think you could manage this?
Well, here's the key. She absolutely loves it there. This is her dream. She wants to make a difference. She wants to serve her country. So the discipline is so much a part of the allure, I think, for her. And you could see it in her gymnastics. That's the cool thing, because so much of what you need for Air Force Academy life, you need in gymnastics.
Interesting that her gymnastics hasn't suffered from all of the work that she's doing as a student and serving her country. It's really great to see her having an outstanding competition today. As we get set for the 4th and final rotation, Slife hoping to make it through to the national championships in Fort Worth in a couple of weeks as an individual all-arounder representing Air Force Academy. So in this rotation, Washington will be on the vault. Arizona State will be on the bars. UCLA, as we mentioned, on the beam. They're ranked 8th in the country on this event. And then Denver will be on the floor, where they're ranked 13th in the country. This is the 4th and final rotation. It's important to note, top 3 teams are separated by just 125 thousandths of a point. This is critical. Lily Tubbs on ball.
Ooh, a little under-rotated, fought to keep her feet planted on the landing, but with the chest down.
Gracie Reeves will go for Arizona State on bars first. Typically, Arizona State is excellent on this event.
It all starts here for Arizona State. Graduate student really needs to be sharp. Blind change into the straddle Jaeger. And of course, Emily Lee over on balance beam, just a virtuoso in the leadoff spot. You have to have ice water in your veins, and she's got to repeat that because she has to connect those 2 skills. This is uncharacteristic of Emily. She's got to go right into that split jump, so kept her cool enough to repeat it. Great start for ASU on bars.
UCLA top 10 on all 4 events, currently ranked 9th in the country coming into this regional competition.
So we're now seeing the calm, confident work of Emily Lee. She had that one really uncharacteristic break in her acro series, and it wasn't a big deduction in terms of the balance break. It was not connecting it the first time.
On floor, Kylie Rorich from Denver. Competed only bars last year, added floor to her repertoire this season.
Oh, didn't get the stick on the landing either. Boy, you're seeing the nerves, even with a normally very sturdy beam leadoff.
Now UCLA, of course, competing without Jordan Childs, who has taken a leave from college gymnastics to train for the U.S. team at the Olympics in Paris, and Anna Potterariu from the Canadian national team, hoping to compete for them as well. So they have been mixing college competition along with elite competition. As I mentioned earlier, Malabuyo hoping to qualify to the Olympics for the Philippines, has missed a few meets during the middle of the season this year because she was going to World Cup events around the world trying to earn individual points to qualify for her country. Kristen Lynn for Washington on ball.
Good steady vault for Washington, and Kylie Rorich really finished strong. That was a gorgeous pike double back at the end of her routine. So clean, and that is the secret here for these high scores, doing clean, consistent gymnastics.
Arizona State with the lead, the first competitor. Gracie Reeves had a 9.875. Here's Cassie Barbonente.
A little bit of leg separation going into that difficult pike Jaeger. Might have been a touch short of that handstand. You really want to pause up in that vertical position to show it off. Good stick on the landing in the double layout.
Barbonente, one of that very senior class competitors for the team. 9 seniors or graduate students for Arizona State. They have the lead coming into this 4th and final rotation. Important routine here for UCLA. Shea Campbell on beam,
who has not competed much on this event so far. She has been quite solid, especially considering she has not been in these lineups. And beam is the kind of event you need this kind of experience and the numbers under pressure.
As Momo Iwai starts on floor for Denver. 9-9 was the leadoff score for Kylie Rorich.
She needs the landing here. She needs to stick, and she got it. I like the head nod. The
battle here really between UCLA and Denver for that third spot if Arizona State can hang on to the lead on bars. So UCLA's first score on beam was just a 9-7. Denver's first score on floor, a 9-9. Emily Innes now for Washington on ball.
Nice stick on the vault. And Momo is pouring it on here in floor exercise. Oh, I like that choreography to end this really, really good routine. I tell you what, Denver so far is really competing at the level they need to try to secure this second spot. UCLA ranked 9th on beam, is showing a little bit of nerves. Shea Campbell came back really strong there for them.
Emma Andress now for UCLA on beam. Shea Campbell. 9.85. After Emily Lee's 9.7. Sienna Samali now for Arizona State on bars.
Emma is so entertaining on balance beam, but she needs to be as secure as she has ever been in this routine, and she has come up big for UCLA here. Great bar routine and a fantastic landing on that dismount. This train is just steamrolling through this competition. Nope. Came up a little short on that full turn. Balance break there. That is a nerves thing. Needs the stick, double twist, up, 2 steps. At least she held the landing, no deduction.
Rosie Casali now for Denver. Remember, Denver started out the day in 4th, worked their way up to 3rd, and now they were in 3rd by just 1/10 of a point behind UCLA, coming this 4th and final rotation. And they have 2 9.9s already on floor for Rorich and Iwai.
Vault, so clean and beautiful in the air. She's just a gorgeous gymnast to watch on all 4
Everything
events.
she does is so mechanically precise and technically beautiful.
Two and a half twist, a punch front,
wow.
Just drills the landing. They are showing off. Sienna Alipio on beam. She is just gorgeous for UCLA here. Her exquisite dance training shows up so much on this event. Front aerial, very smooth, into a layout step out. I love the way she aggressively attacked that landing. They need a huge score right now.
As Jada Mangajas takes to the bars for Arizona State. Before her, Sienna Samali at 9.9.
I just love the footwork on this balance beam routine. Here's the dismount on bars, full twisting double back. They are on fire.
Doing exactly what they need to do.
And so did Sienna Alipio. That is exactly what UCLA needed. A big, beautiful beam routine.
Their high score so far is Shea Campbell's 9.85, but they have a 9.7 and a 9.75 for Lee and Andress. So UCLA needs to have 3 big scores.
Near perfect.
Near perfect in this last rotation if they're going to advance to the regional championship Sunday evening here on ESPN Plus. Bella Mbanta, we've already seen her elegance today. The third straight 9-9 for Denver on floor. That one for Rosie Casali. Wow.
Ball there, 1.5 twist, and Bella Mbanta lighting it up with this choreography.
We saw her 9.95 on beam in the previous rotation, having an outstanding competition.
One of the most beautiful dancers in NCAA. Look at the precise footwork all the way through that leap series. Just gorgeous. Selena Harris on balance beam for UCLA. As I said, her consistency is remarkable, and they need it right now.
Alipio before her, a 9.925.
That floor routine, absolutely sensational. Look at that rock solid triple series on balance beam. Nice back leg on that second leap. Selena is so cool under pressure. At least on the outside. I'm not sure what inside feels like, but it sure looks like she is
as
cool.
Emily White takes to the bars for Arizona State. 2 9.9s in a row before her from Mangajas and Samali. Huge opportunity for
form. Look at the form. Wow. That's what UCLA needed. She is a beast. Oh, no. Emily White went over on that handstand.
Shocking.
Because she is as beautiful as it gets on this event. Just an uncharacteristic mistake. Oh, that's too bad.
As close as this is going to be, they already have 4 great scores, 9.85, 9.875, and 2 9.9s. But a missed opportunity for the Sun Devils there with one of their best. Mary McDonough.
I love the yell, because that landing, I mean, if that'll elevate the judges' score, go for it. Her chest was a little bit down, so they'll have to deduct for that. But, boy, she did not move her feet.
Madison Ulrich. 9.925, the score from Mbanta before her. So no score below 9.9 yet for Denver on floor. This is a clinic.
Open, tucked away. Oh, that was a big, big jump back after that double back. Emma Malabuyo, a master on the balance beam for UCLA.
They need a big routine here. Selena Harris just got a 9.95.
She can deliver, but oh man, the nerves just snuck into her. Tried to pull her center back over the beam, used the strength of her feet on the edges of those balance beam, but they'll take a deduction. Another little adjustment there after the ring jump.
Nerves have been getting to UCLA and this final rotation on beam. As we came into this rotation, 3 teams separated just by 0.125. Denver pouring it out on floor.
Dismount, back handspring, get the stick. She does. But the 2 nervy routines that I didn't anticipate were Emily Lee in the leadoff and Emma Malabuyo in the anchor. They are usually, and this just illustrates the weird kind of pressure at these regionals. There's so much riding and so many people that you love and care about that are counting on you, that just sort of builds inside, and you have to figure out a way to use that energy positively.
Okay, now for Arizona State, here is the situation. Emily White got a 9.325 as you see Maggie Slife finishing up for Air Force as an individual, and Sarah Clark.
Oh no, that's a shame. She was off, out of position on the pre-flight. I was afraid she wasn't going to be able to pull that one around. That's
so
too bad.
Emily White had a 9.325 for Arizona State on bars. Big moment for Sarah Clark here. Can she help Arizona State through to the championship on Sunday?
She can with the stick. Oh, got the step. So not quite the flawless that you want to see to get that really big score, but a beautiful bar routine. But it's the one thing you can't sneak by a judge is the landing.
If Clark gets a 9.725 for that bar routine, they could pass UCLA for Arizona State. Denver, after that outstanding performance on the floor, with still one competitor remaining, Jessica Hutchinson, looks like they're going to make it through. Ulrich's score, a 9.825. Denver is a lock, regardless of what Hutchinson does here.
Opens with a front double full. They poured it on. They're such an entertaining team on this event. Back 1.5 to front layout. Jessica has done so much for this Denver program. Broken records, come up huge, scored 10s. So very fitting to see her in this anchor spot on this last event.
Sarah Clark's scores, meanwhile, come in. It's a 9.8 as Hutchinson finishes up. So there will be all smiles for these two teams unofficially. Denver and Arizona State will advance to the regional final.
Wow. From start to finish,
the numbers are official, but wow. That is the pressure of the regional. How do you describe it, Kathy?
So it is the pressure because UCLA did have to make some mistakes, but let's give full kudos to Arizona State because they poured it on from first routine up.
Kara Houghton from San Francisco, Sacramento State.
Nice combination there, of course, competing as an individual for those coveted individual qualifying spots that we will know at the end of regional final on Sunday. Oh, took a step. It's all those little things because to be the top individual performer and score, once you know the two teams that are going to qualify all the way to nationals, that's when you look at the top individual on each event and the all-around to see who gets to go as an individual to the national championship. But what a regional. Oh my goodness, this is painful.
UCLA, one of the seeded teams, 11th seed into the championship and ranked number 9 in the country, will not move on as a full team to the regional final as we go to the final individual competitors here. This is Bailey Libby, the sophomore from Iowa.
And this is a beautiful routine to end this round 2 regional with her performance quality. So spectacular. 1.5 to front layout. Love the feel she has for the music, the expression behind the movement. Lovely.
Oh, that's lovely. By our calculations, it should be Denver and Arizona State advancing to the championship final on Sunday. UCLA, by 1/10 of a point, drops down to third. And assuming these scores are official, and we have to wait till all the potential inquiries are placed, our calculations tell us that Denver and Arizona State, with spectacular performances from both of those teams, will advance. UCLA a little off on beam in that last rotation, perhaps a missed opportunity by 1/10 of a point.
Yeah, as I said at the opening of the show, they did not need to be perfect or flawless, but they couldn't afford to have to count mistakes when you see the obvious mistakes, not the little things. There were too many big things and some that were uncharacteristic, and too many of them. Unfortunately, they add up, and then by just 1/10 of a point, they will not advance.
UCLA 6/10 of a point behind their NQS score, 8/10 of a point behind the score that they got to take second place in the Pac-12 championship. So that is the pressure of these regional competitions, and
so happy for Denver and Arizona State. Really, Arizona State just flying high from the start of the meet all the way through the end. As I said, when you're able to compete with nothing to lose, when you have that mentality, that feeling, the energy can just be so perfect for coming up with big performances.
49.575 for Denver on floor in that final rotation. Remember, after one, they were in fourth. They were fourth out of the 4 teams. After two, they were in third, just a little bit behind Arizona State. UCLA had the lead at the halfway point.
Yeah, Denver had to be
rotation, Denver was in third. Arizona State had moved into the lead. And now Denver goes all the way from fourth in the first rotation to first.
Yeah, they had to be so gritty. They had to be so resilient. And this is just a lesson to all the young gymnasts out there watching. It's not over till it's over. You have to keep fighting. You have to put any little mistakes behind you, close that door, and each new routine, each event ahead in front of you is the opportunity.
UCLA shocked if the scores hold.
Yeah, Bart, they had a phenomenal Pac-12, so I think everybody really thought things were coming together for them. They had some hard injuries they had to deal with very important routines, with Marzetta Frazier out for a while, Shea Campbell out for a while with injury, and being able to get them back into the lineups, they obviously expected more.
Still waiting on final scores across all apparatus. A lot of gymnastics going on this weekend with 36 teams competing in 4 different locations around the country. By the end of Sunday night, it will be the California regional that will determine the final 2 teams that will make it to the national championship. 8 total will make it to Fort Worth to compete for that national title. Denver 6 times has made it. Arizona State with this senior team, 9 seniors and graduate students, 3 of whom will return next year. Their 6th year in the top 25, and they took 6th at the Pac-12 championship, and yet what a thrilling moment for them, because they competed lights out today when they needed to, Kathy.
Absolutely. Jay Santos, head coach, and in his 8th year must be so proud of his athletes. As I said, resilience is just sort of a common theme in the sport of gymnastics, especially in a long, grueling season that then culminates in a postseason that's high pressure, in these moments where it is survive and advance for the top seeds, and that's a tricky kind of pressure that you have to deal with. And sometimes we don't even know what has been going on. Just the little injuries, as we said. We saw Marzetta look like she might have stung her ankle on that Passam floor. And so these things happen, and the gymnasts have to pull together. And a reminder, like UCLA's theme, for family. That's been their theme. The 4 up is something we see UCLA do, and this is for family. No matter, and win, lose, you're there for your family,
right,
but it's
fans,
painful.
We have our official scores.
Okay, let's listen to the
In
PA
4th
announcer.
place, with a score of 196.650, the Washington Huskies. In 3rd place, with a score of 197.050, the UCLA Bruins. Advancing to the regional final in 2nd place with a score of 197.150, the Arizona State Sun Devils. And also advancing to the regional final with the top score today of 197.275, the Denver Pioneers.
And there you have it. The scores are official.
Congratulations
The Denver
once
Pioneers,
again to the Denver
after
Pioneers
one rotation, they
and
were
the
in
Arizona
4th
State
of 4
Sun Devils
teams.
on advancing
They climb
to
all the way to the
regional
top, and
final.
along with Arizona State, they will
And the
advance to the
NCAA
regional
would like to
final Sunday night. We'll be back to wrap this one up in a moment. April 18th with the semifinals on ESPN2. Then the finals return on ABC. April 20th with a live preview show at 3:30 Eastern, and the meets beginning at 4 p.m. Eastern. That's a couple of weeks from now. It should be thrilling. And what an outstanding 2nd round competition we had today. Denver started the day in 4th place and worked their way up all the way to the top spot, and along with Arizona State will advance to Sunday evening's regional final. Tonight we'll see Cal, Auburn, Stanford, and Utah to determine the final 2 teams that will compete in that regional final for advancing to the national championship. One of the stars of the show today was Jada Mengenhaus from Arizona State. And Jada, you had a season-high 9.875 on floor, and then in that last rotation, a clutch 9.9 on bars. What was going through your mind, and did you know you had a chance to win it all right there?
I honestly wasn't thinking about winning it all there. I was just thinking to myself, like, do it for the team. This could be our last competition, so leave it all out on the floor and do my best to get us to go through the finals. And I was able to, which is an amazing feeling.
Jada, we talked the entire show about the unusual kind of pressure that's at regionals, and you guys seem like you competed so free. You did the magic, compete like you have nothing to lose. Can you walk us through kind of the feelings and how you supported each other to that end?
Yeah, I mean, going into this meet, we were like, you know, we could be done after today. Like, let's just go out there, give it all we got. Let's have fun with it because we do have a lot of seniors and it could be their last meet. So we were kind of just having fun with it, supporting each other as best we could and putting our best gymnastics out there. And every event I felt like grew more and more, and I felt the energy rise. And it was such an amazing feeling to do that with my team.
You know, a lot of little girls are watching this meet, and you guys didn't have a great Pac-12s. You had to turn around, like, tell them what that kind of resilience is like, how you develop that and the magic of it.
I mean, like everyone says, pressure is a privilege. So, you know, everyone maybe didn't expect us to make it through. And I think being an underdog is such an amazing feeling because we can prove everyone wrong. And that's what we did today. So I'd like to tell all the little girls out there to never give up, because even if people tell you you can't, you always can.
Okay, congratulations, Jada, to you and your teammates. You're right, 9 seniors and graduate students, and you're not done yet. You'll be competing in the regional final along with Denver on Sunday evening here at Berkeley. Yep. Congratulations. Arizona State had some real highlights all day long on floor, Kathy.
I was so impressed with their gymnastics, their fight, and their ability to find these landings under pressure. This competing as if you could be done just was the magic sauce for them, because they did not want to be done and came up big. I loved their uneven bar work, so clean in their execution. And so much of it was driven by just joy and determination. Loved it.
The other team going through to the championship final on Sunday is, of course, Denver, and they started their day at the bottom of the heap, but all the way to the top by the end of the day, and much of that has to do with Jessica Hutchinson. Jessica, are you there? All right, congratulations on a great day for you, Jessica. Your assessment of how it went, and did you lose any faith as you were trailing? How did you get yourself back into that?
I think just talking to the team, like after bars, we were like, okay, we're starting from scratch. This is our first event, and we're going in, and we know what we need to do. And so I was telling everybody, I'm like, we are such a good beam team, and it doesn't matter how vault and bars went. It matters how we are on beam and how we are on floor. And so just kind of talking to the team, everybody kept their calm. Nobody was freaking out, and so just really picked it up from there.
You guys showed so much fight. I know somebody else that has a lot of fight, so I'm having a full circle moment. I covered your mother in gymnastics way back. Loved your mom, Sylvia Mitova, just was beautiful. Talk about that relationship. I mean, you had to have gotten some of that fight from her. Certainly her beauty, but also her fight.
Oh, yeah, definitely got that from her. She definitely wasn't easy on me as a coach, and so although I may have not liked it in the moment, it's really paying off now. So.
Okay. So thanks, Mom.
Yeah. Owe it all to her.
Congratulations to you, Jessica.
Thank you.
And Sylvia. It's a very Olympic family through all grandparents and everybody all went to the Olympics. Congratulations and good luck in the regional final. She finished the day with 9.95s on both beam and floor in the last couple of rotations.
Just love seeing the beauty, the grit, and the grace of this team. Because yes, they are fighting, but fighting, showing beautiful gymnastics, trusting their training to come back from the deficit. And Jessica, like her mom, can just light up a floor routine. And most important, come up big on the all-important landings to earn this second spot.
Oh, here's one last look at our bracket. Denver and Arizona State are through tonight at 10 Eastern on ESPN+. It'll be California, Auburn, Stanford, and Southern Utah competing for the final 2 spots, which will be contested on Sunday evening at 8 Eastern. So for Bart Connor, for Kathy Johnson-Clark, I'm Bart Connor. I love working with you, Kathy. And Oconomowoc. What's the name of that town in Wisconsin?
Oconomowoc. Chelsea Memos from Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. You got to know that.
Okay. All right, it's a pleasure to be with you, Kathy, and thanks for joining us today, this afternoon on ESPN Plus, and we look forward to seeing you all tonight, later on, for the final in the second round here of the regional from California. Good night.